Right, new computer. I haven't had a computer in a very long time. 3 weeks. I feel most comfortable when I am in front of the keyboard. Oh, dog. This is my dog family. He's doing this for the live stream. Boo boo and boo water. Oh, boo want my breakfast. I've been eating a Japanese for breakfast. Japanese for breakfast. Can you hear me? Let me test this microphone. Test this microphone. Ah! I don't know. I hope you can hear me. Test this microphone. Check it, check, check. Nobody's on today. Every Sunday, I wake up at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning because I don't go out at night on the weekend. I love the Ichiwa family. I love Japanese family. Um, it's weird being here sometimes in Hawaii and having just come from living in Japan. I don't feel like I fit in a lot of the time with the Asian culture here because what I see of the Asian people here are very assimilationist and um, really middle class-ish or middle class appearing. Right. Tail out of my armpit. So I don't really relate to a lot of the Asian locals here, or some of them, everybody's Asian here, and I thought that that would be good. I thought that would be like some kind of a utopia. um, but it kind of just highlights your differences. Mr. White, you need to learn basic obedience, which is sit and down. So show me your sit, and down, down, down. Stay, stay, down. I'm trying to, I'm having a really hard time teaching down. Since I can't have the fan on, I can only use the Uchiwa. It's called the Uchiwa fan. You get them from Daiso. Thank God we have Daiso in Hawaii. But I literally came here from Tokyo and started to become fluent in Japanese, and like I really feel a connection to Japan, and I wanted to. Oh, that's a good down. That's a down. See that white? That's down. They're like anti-obedience and stuff. So sit, sit, up, sit. I just don't want to give them food. No more. I've been eating a Japanese breakfast, which is brown rice and um, seaweed as a wrapper, seaweed, nori, um, fried eggs, and sometimes poke, which is very plentiful here, raw fish. Um, and I'm not. I used to eat bagels and cream cheese and all kinds of processed carbs because that was cheap and satisfying, and I didn't think that I could be really focused on my health and weight loss as a hospice poor person because you don't really have that many options. You know, you just have options of what will stay good in the cooler. Oh, we have one beer here. And now that I've upgraded to a refrigerator, which is not powered by electricity, but it's a vertical stacked cooler, so I can actually keep more things without being waterlogged, but I still have the same bacteria problems. But I spray it out with alcohol as much as possible. But things still rot, and so since I get a lot of rotting food, good for my compost pile, which I have in the back way behind the refrigerator. So composting is a skill that I just learned as a houseless person. Um, I never have composted in my life before. And so that's cool. Making soil, and gardening. I'm learning how to grow flowers and trees from clippings, from cloning, which is really cool because my gardening has been horrible my whole life. Uh, Things have died under my care. But so I have a bunch of beautiful green plants and trees growing right now, and that feels really satisfying. Just like it's satisfying. Oh, I just, come here, pups. Come here, pups, pups. Come here, pups. Come here. Okay, satisfying like my dogs are satisfying. Yesterday we all went to get three puppies vaccinated with their annual vaccinations, which if you go to Petco, it costs $35 a shot, so each dog would be $70 times three. Would have been 210, and I can barely afford their monthly flea pills, um, which are like usually $29 each. So that the homeless, that the Hawaiian Humane Society has a program where they do give homeless people who have dogs free food and free healthcare, pet care, but it's all the way in Waianae, so thank goodness I have a car and I can drive, but I also have CPTSD and what's it called? Fear of missing appointment anxiety. Hot tub. We almost didn't make it. So I woke up at 8:50 and I had to be there by 9:15, but luckily they weren't very crowded and as long as you had registered, they seem to be very forgiving. Um, so this is cool. I'm just testing how this live streaming is going. I have a ThinkPad because I keep breaking computers from liquid damage because a puppy jumps on the table or jumps on me and liquid spill. So I got a $75 used PC um, because my MacBook Pro got killed by water damage after only a year, after only 1 year, 1 year and a half. I realized how fragile those computers are. Oh, this is my matcha latte. I drink a matcha latte every morning instead of coffee. And I'm not going to Starbucks anymore. And I'm not eating out because I don't have the money. So, but I'm happy and satisfied, even though I'm not eating restaurant food all the time because I can't. I'm not making. I'm making like just like $30, $50 a day, which is not enough even to pay my bills. So this should be interesting. But I have an interview in Japanese on Monday. So even though I lost a huge part of my income, I'm looking at as a like an opportunity. Like I didn't really, I would have kept driving for Lyft for another couple years. I'm sure it was great. I loved that job. Um, but I can't do it anymore. And I have no control over it. They give me a fucking form letter. All of their customer service is done by overseas overseas customer service agents that are reading from a manual that really don't know the issue, and you can understand. Like they don't give energy to the argument. They're just reading from a manual, and they don't speak English that well. So you know that your thing is not going to go very far. Facebook does the same thing. Like if you have complaints about anything being um, banned in any of these meta corporations, good luck getting a real person, or good luck getting anything overturned. Any decision is final according to them, and yeah, good luck ever getting any reports. And anybody who works for a gig, and I knew this going in, I knew what I signed up for because I had been through this before. Um, but so I'm looking at it as an opportunity to like have, because what I really loved about Lyft of driving people in Waikiki was that I would get to use my Japanese speaking skills um, once a week with the riders and get Japanese conversation practice, and that felt really good. It feels really good for me to speak Japanese, which is something I don't get to do as much as I'd like. So when I was driving, I would kind of, I would say "konbanwa, konnichiwa," like right as they got in the door, so they knew they could speak Japanese with me, and I would kind of assertively speak Japanese so that they would just continue in Japanese, which is great because I miss it. I miss. And Japan's economy is really bad, and I think about going back there as an option versus going to California. It would be cheaper for me to move back to Japan. But Japan is hard for me to live in because I'm not, um, I am a medical marijuana user. And Japan is still not into medical marijuana, which makes it really hard for me to live there. And I know this, I would have to be able to live my life without marijuana, which maybe someday I will be. I have been doing daily meditation, so inviting a spiritual energy into my universe, which is what meditation does. It opens up the portal so you can bring in goodness. And I just had, I haven't given myself the stillness. Because really all it takes is like you could do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes daily. Everybody has that. And then what I'm doing is running 2 minutes every morning for every day before I start the day, go out to drive. I run, like basically point, like I think it's, I don't know, 200 meters or something. So I run to the end of the fence, stop, and then I run back. And I'm practicing endurance and cardio, and then that makes it easy. No barking. No, thank you. And it's easy for me to meditate after because you're in a very relaxed state and you're already kind of like doing a cold plunge. Like I do that every 3 days, and I've been swimming. I upped my lap count. I used to only be doing um, 3 laps, which is 50 times 3, 150 yards, and now I'm doing 5 laps, which 10 years ago I used to do 20 laps, no problem. So I'll be happy when I get up to 20 laps because that used to be what I could swim. And now I'm doing 10 laps, right, which is close to 20. It's about halfway there. So my endurance will be up to, and then some of them I'm wearing fins, but within like really super fast. It feels really good. It's like having super shoes. And I'm gonna look into. I think I'm gonna try to use creatine, and that increases your endurance and helps me do my running, my 2 minutes of running. So all of these are like baby steps so that I can do more. Like I'm trying to set myself up for success. Like I can do 2 minutes of running and 2 minutes of meditating every day. Let me see if I can do that. So, and I'm on a diet because my BMI was getting so obese. Believe that or not, I'm doing these neck exercises. You don't want to double chin. So typically when I go on diets, which I've gone on a diet, and I don't even call it yo-yo dieting. It's just like the difference between caring and not caring. Like I go from like, and I don't care for like, I can go on for like 4 years, which I did. Like I went on a diet in 2019 and got really skinny at like 128. And once I got to 128, I'm like, oh, now I can go back to eating again. And now I'm 156, but I've gotten up to like 160, right? I started this diet at like 164 or 162 or something like that. So I have been losing weight since just like changing my mindset to like, okay, focus on fitness and focus on self improvement in that way. I'm ready to do that. So I run, I meditate, and so that when I got fired or blocked, it was easier. And even though I don't have money, things are easier. Having just a general routine every day. And I'm really good at meditating. Meditating is not a problem for me. I was able to really train myself. I went to the Vipassana retreat for 10 days. I had a really, long stint with being a goddess. So I would meditate a lot and really radiating spirituality. So I want to get back into that divine reflection and feeling like it's time. And like, yeah, and that's when miracles happen. And so, and miracles meaning like any change of any state of mind that you're feeling from fear to love. So instead of feeling fearful of being fired, I was grateful. I felt love. I felt excited for the next opportunity. I started redoing my LinkedIn. I made a new one that reflects the last 5 years instead of the last 15 years. Like my LinkedIn had gotten so unfocused and so like just what am I doing with this that I haven't looked at it in so long. So I'm doing a lot of things, making a lot of improvements. Except yesterday I was almost late. My alarm didn't go off because my phone died, and I had already gone to the appointment 1 week early that I was so afraid of missing the appointment, and we made it. But I think part of me needs that adrenaline rush, and that's why I'm always doing this to myself, like making myself late. I don't know. Feel alive is my excuse. Like I need it to feel alive. So this has been a test of this ThinkPad screen. Mr. White, who's in the background there on my bed. Petting the dog, petting the dog. Okay.